What is good? Osiris here, stuck in the middle. Thank you for joining. The oral arguments on Biden's V mandate through OSHA were a total clown show today. I want to make sure that this is clear for my YouTube overlords that I am only talking about the constitutionality of this. I'm not talking about the medicine. I'm not pretending to be a doctor. And I am not telling anybody to do something or to not do anything. I am grateful for the protection my V's continue to provide. Now that that disclaimer is out of the way, back to the disaster. I've often said that our last resort, our last hope right now, because the legislative branch is a joke, the executive branch is a joke, would be the judicial one. And it's more of a joke even than the other two branches from the oral arguments from many of the justices. Not all of them, but some of them. Many Supreme Court justices have falsely stated today things about the V and things about what it prevents and things about how things are transmitted. Absolutely verifiable false information. And they're using that point to make their decision. Dr. Sotomayor falsely claimed that Omicron was just as deadly as the previous Delta. This is false, verifiably false. Justice Sotomayor claimed 100,000 children are in serious condition and on ventilators. This is not true according to data from the CDC. I'm okay with disagreements on if you think this mandate is constitutional, but you have to base it on facts if you're going to bring up these statistics. Justice Stephen Breyer argued that hospitals are at capacity, specifically due to unV'd individuals getting ill. This is not true. Again, easy to prove with a Google search. Breyer said that there were 700 million new cases yesterday. I don't know if he misspoke or what happened.
I mean, 750 million new cases yesterday, or close to that, is a lot. I don't mean to be facetious. But that's why I said I would find...
There are 330 million people who live in America. That doesn't even make sense. Justice Sotomayor was in a special place today. This is January 7th. Which will go down as a historical day where the Supreme Court embarrassed themselves in front of the world. Justice Sotomayor, during this oral argument, claimed that C deaths are at an all-time high, again claimed that Omicron has been deadlier than Delta, claimed 100,000 children are hospitalized with this thing. She said OSHA's regulatory authority is a federal police power. Making no sense at all. Justice Sotomayor also claimed that hospitals are nearing capacity, provable that it's false. She also asked, why is a human spewing a virus not like a machine spewing sparks? Just unbelievable. There's been viruses that have existed as long as we know of human existence. Sotomayor also claimed that the mandate is not really a mandate because it can be substituted by weekly testing. You as an employee would have to pay for. Justice Kagan argued that OSHA enforcing employees to wear safety equipment is the same as OSHA mandating a V. The obvious response is this is like a seatbelt argument. At the end of the day, you can remove safety equipment and go home. Once the V is in your body, you can't take it out. Why are we arguing the pathetic seatbelt argument with the highest justices in our land? We have a justice on the Supreme Court arguing that a virus that occurs in nature is an occupational hazard. That means anything can be an occupational hazard. If it was a virus that only occurred and was locked down to, for example, a meat plant, and it was for just hypothetically impossible for it to leave the meat plant, well, that's an occupational hazard. But if it exists in the world like oxygen, it doesn't take a genius to say, that's not a specific occupational hazard. That's just life. This is one of the most unbelievable moments in the history of our country. They haven't ruled yet, but just to hear them have to make their argument says a lot. I mean, it says that to me, it's almost like SCOTUS has turned into CNN. The lies are unbelievable. We're not far away, y'all, from having to find some tea and a harbor to put it into if SCOTUS can't present better arguments than this. People are listening to this. I'm listening to this. Twitter is going insane on this. People have been going after Ted Cruz a lot. And Ted Cruz was wrong with what he said about J6 without question. But Ted Cruz is somebody who I think respects the Constitution. He's an establishment dude, whatever. But I don't think he would be on the Supreme Court doing this. I think at some point he will end up on the Supreme Court. We need more people who have just logic, sense. I don't need to agree with you, but you can't argue on misinformation. The way that these leftists operate, even at the highest court of the land, it's like, what do I want to have happen? How can I create some argument to justify my personal belief? They don't care about the law. They don't care about liberty. SCOTUS is the last hope for institutions here. And it was a really bad day for the legacy. Multiple justices spreading nonsensical information. But it might end up being a good thing because more people are seeing this. And no matter how the ruling comes down, I think more people are waking up and saying something's wrong. You are a Supreme Court judge and you're saying information that I wouldn't even have to use DuckDuckGo to find the accurate information for. I could find it in Google. Then what it shows is something bigger is happening and we need to question everything. Let me know what you think. Take care.